Kumbi here with an all-new episode of this, my YouTube show. Title currently pending. In this episode, I've decided to tackle the whole boomer, zoomer, coomer question going around the internet lately. The New York Times just released a scathing article taking boomers to task for drinking their monster soda pops and playing their Nintendo 64s. Tell the boomer that Ocarina of Time isn't the best Zelda, and watch him rage. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, baby. But yeah, this is what it's all about. The New York Times stepping up to the plate here. Gotta give props where they're due. Finally, a young, hip voice for my generation has the BA double hockey sticks S to take the old codgers to task. Yup. This is what us young folks are into these days. Old newspapers from the 1940s. Yeah, we all hate boomers. I just sit around reading my 1940s newspaper and some old boomer who doesn't understand the youth comes up to me and tells me to stop being so rebellious. And I'm just like, okay, boomer. Yeah. Then on the other end of the infosphere, we had the ADL release a new article this week, dropping some knowledge about the new hidden lingo the kids are using, involving pills. There's the blue pill, there's the pink pill, there's the iron pill, and last but not least, there's the red pill. That's the bad one. Don't want to take that one. I don't know what it all means, but I think the ADL has a bunch of boomers writing their articles for them. Am I right, folks? The ADL is lame. It's square. They don't get our memes and references. The New York Times is young, fresh. It's the voice of my generation. Get with the times, Grandpa. Party's over, Grandpa. It's classic. Anyway, you may be asking yourself now, Kumbi, thank you for keeping me up to date on the news, but what does PewDiePie have to do with all this? And I'm going to get to that in a second. You just got to be patient. You see, that's the beauty of my videos. I say a lot of nonsense and filibuster a lot, so I hit the 10-minute mark in order to game the algorithm. But somewhere along the way, I make a cogent point. Just waiting. How many minutes am I at now? Anyway, I Wikipedia'd PewDiePie earlier, and I found out that he's actually 30 years old now. I mean, what the heck? I didn't even realize that. I thought PewDiePie was this young, hip guy like me in his late teens, early 20s, but turns out he's 30 years old. He's a boomer. With a 30-year-old boomer face. Just like that white, bald cartoon guy drinking a monster soda pop. Have y'all ever seen that photograph on 4chan? I was on 4chan getting radicalized and taking red pills one day, and I saw a photo that was a white cartoon guy with a monster soda. And man, that was just so funny. I didn't even understand it, but I laughed anyway. Really, half the time, I don't understand what's going on or what anything means when I see all these memes, but I just laugh anyway. If I'm not laughing, I'm crying, and that's no joke. But yeah, PewDiePie is actually old. Wikipedia outed him. He was born in 1989. I mean, he was actually born in the 80s. I mean, oh my God, this guy is old. He was alive in the Stranger Things times. I wonder if he's ever met, I don't remember his name. The main kid from Stranger Things, the waspy, big-nosed kid. I wonder if you ever met the toothless kid or the cop that looks like a fat Dexter. Man, I just really hate that show. I never watch it. I just make fun of the actors on it for being ugly. But yeah. PewDiePie is so freaking old. Someone dig this fossil a grave out back. He's finished. He's a boomer. Get him! He's a boomer! He's a boomer! Get him! And as for Marja, well, she's not so young either. According to WikiFeet, she's 27. Not as bad, but not good either. She's what you call a millennial. Yeah. There are boomers, zoomers, coomers, and millennials. I just learned about all this earlier today. Millennials are the bad ones. Millennials are those freaks you see with the ear gauges, throwing tantrums in vape stores and protesting Ben Shapiro rallies. And they don't protest Ben Shapiro rallies in the high IQ way like Zoomers, because he's an Israeli double agent. They protest him because they think he's a Jewish Nazi. I SMH at these fools. This is why everyone laughs at them. And they even get made fun of on liberal TV shows like Family Guy. They are the lowest common denominator of society. They couldn't pull themselves up by their bootstraps enough to be boomers. And they don't have the hand-eye coordination to make it in the Fortnite realm with the Zoomers because their brains are fried from years of vaping, you know? They just sit around playing World of Warcraft Classic and watching Rick of Morty. Honestly, if I saw a millennial in front of me right now, boom. One hit to a millennial, and they explode like a putty from Power Rangers. Because they're snowflakes. They've never been in a real fight. The boomer and the millennial are eternal enemies. The boomer pulls himself up by his own bootstraps and mows lawns. The millennial, they get a $72,000 college degree in women's studies, then begs Bernie Sanders to validate their poor life choices. Bernie Sanders, help! I got a useless degree and I'm in debt! No! This is my dad's fault! Bernie, please! Yeah. That's my impression of a millennial. But yeah. Boomers aren't as bad as millennials. Boomers are just ignorant. They didn't have the cool, hip internet celebrities like me to teach them right from wrong. They just had Dan Rather. Dan Rather told them to drop atomic bombs on Japan to stop Hitler's human milking machines. Yeah. How'd that work out for you, huh? It's not their fault they're retarded. It's Dan Rather's fault. I can say the R word, by the way, because I'm legally mentally handicapped. That's my word. Millennial tries to cancel me for saying my word. I just zoom out. That's what we call it. You go on WikiFeet. You type in Rita Repulsa. Bring down the whole millennial army. I'm telling you, all this stuff is connected. Zoomers, boomers, millennials, Power Rangers. Millennials are way worse than boomers because they're actively stupid. They aren't just products of their environment. They go out of their way to be as dumb as possible on purpose. I'm telling you, if you have some annoying millennial lecturing you about climate change, just, yeah. They will go down and they will stay down. They've never taken a real punch. Your phone rings, it's a millennial. Phone banking for Bernie Sanders, just scream the N-word into the phone. The N-word is like holy water to a millennial. You just shout it at them and they start melting like Linda Blair. That's a joke, by the way. Never say the N-word. Ever! Unless you're 100% sure you'll get away with it. Xbox Live, you're good to go. Anywhere else, there's always a millennial lurking in the shadows with their down with capitalism stickered iPhone, recording just waiting for someone to say something racist so they can post it online for upvotes. You see, the Millennial trades in a cryptocurrency called Reddit Gold. It's actually completely worthless, but you can earn millions upon millions by going to reddit.org and posting stories about your open relationship or your favorite Rick and Morty quotes. Like I said, it's completely worthless currency, but millennials are really stupid, so they spend all their free time collecting invisible coins while still living in their childhood bedrooms at their parents' houses. This is the difference. Me, the young, hip Zoomer, I become an e-athlete. I earn $30 million at my Fortnite tournament. The boomer rages at the violent video games. The millennial gives his last real dollar to Bernie Sanders. The Chad Bernie boomer drives away in his brand new sports car. Everybody wins. I don't even know what any of this stuff means anyway. I just learned about all this boomer, zoomer, millennial stuff, and now I'm all in. I'm really impressionable if you couldn't tell. Man, though, I still can't believe PewDiePie was alive back in the olden days. The Stranger Things days. Seriously. The first time I watched Stranger Things, I thought the 80s were some kind of, fictional time some boomer made up. But apparently it was real. And PewDiePie lived through it, The old codger needs to be put down, once and for all. I feel sorry for him at this point. He's a boomer, get him! Zoomer Army, assemble! Attack PewDiePie now, now, now! Yeah, that's right. The Zoomer Army. The Zoomer Rangers. The Zoomer Power Rangers were the real Power Rangers. Back when your Power Ranger color matched your offensive ethnic stereotype. The Indian guy was the red one. The Asian guy was the yellow one. Etc., The blue one was a guy who was strangled by his own umbilical cord at birth. Just the good old days. The Goomers will never know this world, They're a bunch of punks. Goomers are the next generation under Zoomers, by the way. I already hate them. They don't even listen to music. They just listen to archived police footage of the Lawrence Bittaker and Ray Norris murder tapes, set to garage drum band loops. I don't understand it. And they drink hot candle wax through paper straws. Back in my day, we ate a little thing called Tide Pods. Back in the good old days when evolution sorted out the alpha fails from the alpha males by only allowing you to live if your stomach was as strong as a washing machine. We had a saying. If you can't handle the detergent, stay out of the laundry room. Goomers will never know what that's all about. You had to pull yourself up by your own laundry detergent straps, and then you had to eat the laundry detergent. I'm telling you, someday, this is all going to come back to bite us. You're going to be old one day, and some goomer's going to post a meme you don't understand and say, okay, Zoomer. I don't know. Just put me in my nursing home, string some regular show on my iPad, and shoot me with a laser pistol in the back of the head like Lenny from Of Mice and Men. I don't want to be an old codger like PewDiePie out wearing my welcome. Goomers, I give you full permission to put me down when my time comes. For now, this has been BG Zoomer Nation, signing off. Thank you for watching.